All right, welcome to episode 55 of the 2 Minute Warning. Back on the table, the AFC playoff picture. Today we're going to be talking about the Buffalo Bills and likely our AFC East, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. AFC East division winners. Miami kind of threatening them a little bit. New England for the first time in who knows how long kind of out of that picture. What do we see for the Bills in the playoffs, Jay?
I think they'll definitely sneak in at probably, I don't have to say fourth seed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just because
Probably the weakest division winner.
the Steelers look amazing and they might go undefeated. I mean, unlikely, but I just don't see them dropping down to a fourth seed, being this undefeated this long with the Bills' upcoming schedule. The Seahawks and Cardinals the next two games, they could very well go from 6-2 to 6-4. And not to say the Bills are bad, fourth spot's really good, but to be behind Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, Tennessee, we saw what they did to the Bills, and then, like I said, the Steelers or the Ravens, really. They'll just be sliding right in there at the fifth seed and then have to deal with, likely, the Steelers or Ravens, which will be a tough game. It'll be at home for them. I'm not going to predict that because I don't know who they're playing.
Right.
But for my season prediction, where they'll end up record-wise, they're 6-2 right now. Next two games, Seahawks, Cardinals. I'm going to say they lose both. They go 6-4. Next two games after that, Chargers, Niners. I say they win both, so 6-4 to 8-4. Then they play the Steelers, Broncos. They lose to the Steelers, beat the Broncos. They go to 9-5. Then they got Patriots, Dolphins to close it out. I think they'll beat the Patriots 10-5. Then the Dolphins, depending how close the Dolphins are to the playoffs, they're going to fight their hearts out. I think it's getting with the seventh seed. I'm going to take the Dolphins, but because it could be a meaningless game for the Bills if they get fourth seed no matter what, win or loss. They might bench their starters, but if they're both possibly fighting for the third seed, the Bills could go to third seed. If Miami's not even in contention, the Bills will take that. So it really depends how we see come week 17 if they're benching their starters or not.
Yeah, so I think this Buffalo team is going to be a strong fourth seed. Unfortunately, like you said, I think they will end up with that fourth seed simply because of the strength of the three ahead of them in the AFC. I think this is a Bills team that can make a great impact in the playoffs. Last year we saw a tough first-round loss to Houston, a very low-scoring game where Deshaun Watson became some acrobat at the end of the game and kind of pushed to beat that Buffalo team.
It was a Buffalo dominant game.
Oh yeah, the Buffalo Bills were winning that game the entire time. Josh Allen, well, they only put up like 17 points, I think. It was a low-scoring game. I think Josh Allen played well, ran the ball, threw the ball well. So I'm just speaking on his last playoff experience, or playoff experience. He played well, ended up with the loss, coming up short. I think he gets revenge for that by coming out first round this year against likely
Ravens.
Indian.
Would be my guess.
You think
No,
so?
okay. Hang on.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends who they play. Now, if he ends up playing either the Steelers or the Ravens, whoever doesn't win that division, it could be a different story. That would be likely the matchup. But if he gets somebody else, however that works, I think this is going to be a great team in the playoffs. First round win is on the table for this team, and then who knows going from there. But I think the Bills will be a solid playoff team this year.
I agree with that. I think Josh Allen started the season real hot. He was impressing everybody, I think. He's sort of gotten a little quiet lately, but I mean, I like the weapons he has around him. Stefon Diggs,
picking up Diggs was big for that team.
Singletary. I mean, I like them. I don't know how far they'll make it because I do see them playing a 5 seed such as the Ravens.
Yeah.
Unless the Ravens go and I don't know, end up losing a couple
Drop
games.
lower than the 5 seed, then
I don't see that happening,
Right.
but they could put up a fight against the Ravens, so we'll have to see and how the rest of the season plays out. But I do like Josh Allen and the Bills. I think they will get the 4th seed and possibly make it to the second round.
Now, what we did see, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure exactly the stats, but when the Bills, their 2 losses this year against the Chiefs and against the Titans, I don't believe either of those 2 games were necessarily close.
The Chiefs was only one score.
Only one score.
But
game.
it was a late score
Right.
that made it
I think what we saw was Josh
really
Allen struggle. Now, by all means, these were great teams he played, but we didn't see him put up great fights against these solid teams. And then, of course, they beat teams like the Jets. I think they beat the Jets like 18-12 or something.
Yeah, and even the
weird.
Patriots came down to Cam Newton fumbling the ball last play.
So those are 2 not too good. Those are 2 weak teams that they didn't beat by much, and then those are 2 strong teams that handled them really well. So this Bills team still has some kinks to work out. Still needs to figure it out. But I have faith in Josh Allen. He's got a great arm. He's got a young body, but he's got a veteran type of mind. He throws the ball well, and I think he's going to be good this year for at least one win in the playoffs.
Yeah, I love Josh Allen. I mean, for him to do that Texans performance last year, he did great. And it was only his second year in, considering that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also not considering that defense. I mean, Edmonds, Tre'Davious White, Josh Norman, as much as he's dropped off since the Panthers, he's really not even noticeable. No one knew how much he's bounced around.
I didn't know who he was until he got slammed by Jerick.
Yeah, we got that in the
ago.
back. Really,
I didn't know what
that's
team
his
he played
first
for.
name popped up again, but he's still a good guy to have around, name,
Absolutely.
and then an amazing safety, Mycah Hyde. But what we're also not even acknowledging, while it's very unlikely, there's always a chance the Dolphins take the division. I mean, they're 4-3, and the Bills are 6-2. They're only got one more loss. While they
Now
don't
have they played head-to-head yet? I don't think they have.
They have.
They have.
And Dolphins lost.
Dolphins, yeah, of course, Dolphins. But I think it was
One
a
field
one-score
goal.
game. Yeah,
One
it was a
field
close
goal.
game.
Yeah, the Bills haven't
Yes,
destroyed yet.
right.
all their wins are actually only by 3 points, except for the Jets.
Yeah. So
And like I said, I mean, that's always possible. We'll have to see how good Tua actually is. A lot of speculation behind him off of last week. We didn't even really see what he did. They both got to play the Cardinals coming up. We'll both see how that does. Cardinals are looking hot. We got to figure out what they are still.
Right.
And, I mean, while I don't think the Dolphins are doing it, it's just still within the realm of possibilities. I'm going to stick with my prediction. 4th seed, I'm going to guess if they win or not, depending if it's the Steelers or Ravens. I'll wait for
yeah,
them.
you know, that brings up a good point. I don't see we see the Buffalo Bills at a 4 seed, which puts them likely in a first-round game against a 5 seed Baltimore Ravens. I think with the history of Lamar Jackson and his failure to produce in big games against solid teams, I think that's a game that the Buffalo Bills can very, very well win, go into the next round with a lot of momentum. So I wouldn't go ahead and look at this matchup between the Bills and the Ravens and automatically say, okay, well, the Bills' run is over because they're playing a very strong 5 seed in the Baltimore Ravens. I think I might even go ahead and say that the odds are in the Bills' favor just because of the way Lamar's been playing in the playoffs, his history there. I think if we see a first-round matchup between these two teams, I would take the Bills.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Sounds good.
All right, 2 minute warning.
2 minutes.